Good morning, good evening, and good morning, good evening, afternoon to everybody around the world, and welcome to the Halo Pro League here in the heart of Europe. We are live, and of course, this is week number 5, day number 1. Incredible stuff coming up as we move and make our way towards the finals. This is it. Everything's left on the line. There's only 2 more days of play. And what a better set of faces to help me along this wonderful weekend. I have the Mr. Dan Gaskin and Harry Chan. And gents, some incredible matches coming up tonight. I don't want to call it finals week, but this is it. You know, if people want to get out of that relegation zone, it's all on the line.
Yep, big moment for both Pulse and Vibe, and funnily enough, that's our first game today. So a lot riding on those two. I know results need to go in the way of some other games, but yeah, those guys, they're going to be putting it all into line. There's going to be a lot of towels on the side for the sweat that is going to emerge from their foreheads.
I honestly don't think I can follow that, Sims. We've got some good games tonight. It's basically as close as it gets in terms of the placings tonight. Yeah. We have games where it's like 6th versus 5th, basically as close as that as it goes up the table as well. So really close games tonight. I'm looking forward to see how they play out.
Some super interesting stuff coming up. But of course, this week, you know, we've always got these giveaways going on. We have got a giveaway as well out there in the Twitters. Visit esl.gg/HCSEU5 for a chance to get geared up for the HCS Pro League. Jinx there with some t-shirts, some hoodies. We got some of the key chains as well. Make sure you jump on in, get involved, and win some amazing prizes. Some awesome stuff there from Halo. But pretty much, you know, everything's on the line, and this is what it's all about, and this is going to be the emphasis of the entire show. These matches mean so much, and it's not only the matches of Pro League, Open League as well. Sorry, Open Circuit this weekend just weighs so heavily as we kind of work our way towards the fall season. Let's take a look at the format pretty much for the last and final time here in Europe for the summer season. Top 6 teams in Europe qualified for the league. All teams will play each other twice during the season. Top 4 teams advance to the season finals, and of course that 5th and 6th place, they drop down to that red dead relegation zone, and they have to fight it off against 2 open circuit teams. Let's take a look at the teams that of course have been playing across these 5 weeks. X-Men, U4X, Infused, they make up Jimbo, Snipe Drone, Chalky, Ramirez, Respectful Moes, 2 Foxy and Kimbo, and Batchford, Flux, Warlord and Doodle. Across in the blue corner we have the French monsters that are Pulse Gaming, Cali, Punisher, SLG and Fragger. The dinosaurs that certainly are not extinct, Buck 2057, Flames and Cristola, and then finally Team Vibe, Snaky, Lunny, Riots and Septic. Some incredible names that you will know there, guys. But this is how they're planning out. Dan, run us through the current standings.
Well, at the top, you can see there, U4X 8-0. They are looking absolutely incredible this season and just in general. Infused 5-3. They've also secured a spot in the finals as well alongside U4X. All still to play for everywhere else though. X-Men 4-4 can secure their spot in finals today if they do get a win over the Dinosaurs. And I tell you what, if Dinosaurs win, it does mean that the loser of Vibe versus Pulse will be stuck in that relegation zone regardless of what happens.
Yeah, that's very true, but you've got to look at the top there. U4X 8-0. I think it's impossible to catch them now. I'm pretty sure they are the winners of the European Pro League Season 1, so congratulations to them.
Super incredible stuff, as you mentioned. Can't mirror those words more than enough. Let's take a look at the schedule and show you guys how these are going to be playing out. Pulse versus Vibe will be game number 1. X-Men versus Dinosaurs game number 2. And for your final game of the evening and the final stream pretty much of the summer season until we make our way towards the finals, Infused taking on U4X. Some big games there, Harry. You mentioned earlier on in the day. What's so special about them?
Well, first game up is going to be Pulse versus Vibe, which is 6th versus 5th. Then X-Men versus Dinosaurs, which is 4th versus 3rd. And then our final game of the day is 2nd versus 1st, Infused versus U4X. So, like I said at the start of the program, as close as it gets. We couldn't have wished for a better final week for this broadcast.
Let's take a look at the next broadcast, which will be day number 2 over on Onset's Community Cast. Vibe taking on X-Men. Pulse Gaming will face off against U4X, and Dinosaurs versus Infused. That, I've got to say, that last match, that could be a fiery game.
Well, it could be Infused securing their seed in finals, and actually it could be the extinction of the Dinosaurs. If they were to lose today and tomorrow, there is potential they could be overtaken by the likes of Vibe or Pulse. depending on the result today. Obviously, a hard one for Pulse tomorrow, going up against U4X, who are obviously undefeated. So there's a big hill for them to overcome if they are going to make these Pro League playoff finals.
And this, pretty much, guys, is the entire story of today and tomorrow. We're looking forward to, the finals. The games are weighing so much because it'll decide who's going to get thrown down to the relegation side, who's going to be coming right here to Leicester. Now, this studio is all geared up. We're pretty much ready to welcome the top 4 teams to Leicester. ESL Studio 1, you can see it in all of its shining glory down there.
So shiny.
There's going to be 4 teams battling it out. I think it's $67,000 is going to be on the line. Tickets are on sale now. You check Twitter, check Facebook, check at ESL Halo. All the information is there. It's £6 per ticket. Come down and watch the teams kick it off to try and bag themselves some serious money. But you know what? It's not just been us 3 here in the Pro League. There's been a lot of people. You got all the people in the background, 343, all the team at ESL, all the team in the back that are in. You don't see in all the ins and outs, but one person you do see is Mr. Mark Hatcher, who I do believe is possibly on the line. Onset, are you there?
Good evening, gentlemen. How are we all?
Oh, listen to that. Listen to that
voice.
What a voice.
How you doing, dude? You all right?
Yeah, I'm really excited for today, man. I mean, these games we have, as you've perfectly summed up, they are so close. These are like Vibe versus Pulse, the battle of relegation. You've got X-Men versus Dinos. That's probably the 2 teams who have been most inconsistent in the league so far. Then we close it out with first v second. I mean, what else could you ask for? It's going to be a crazy day.
It wouldn't be an Onset stream without a musical instrument in the background.
Just a little head of a guitar there. Just to show.
Just to
I'm
show
talented.
Can you play Wonderwall?
I have been known. I think Mo confirmed that for you. I did it on my stream when he subbed. So yeah, I mean,
Wonderwall
I can
for Wonder Boy. I do like that.
What game are you most looking forward to, by the way, Mark, out of these 3 today?
The first one. I think the first one, as you say, you summed it up perfectly. The towels are going to be out. There's going to be buckets out to catch the sweat because Vibe versus Pulse. You play this game 3 weeks ago. You can pretty much say Vibe heavy favourites, but now you look at it and Pulse are a different team since the transfer period. And I mean, Fragger and SLG have just been going off the last few weeks, so that is going to be such a tight series, and there's so much on the line as well.
Yeah, Vibe did actually win 3-0 last time they met 3 weeks ago as well. So good knowledge there.
Kind of what scares me most is, and I think Septic mentioned it not so long back, is that I think we'd have seen a different story if Pulse would have been the team it is now back when we started. But for me, if they go down into relegation, honestly, and this is no disrespect, but I can't see them being beat because that is a really, really sick roster.
You know what's actually really interesting about the first series as well? On the first 3 game types of the first series, neither team has a win in the Pro League on any of the maps. So yeah, that's going to be a fun one.
All up on there, then everything to play for.
Pretty much.
Obviously, you've got some good matches to come up tomorrow, Mark. Are there any particular teams or particular players you're going to be keeping an eye on?
I want to see. Dinosaurs have got they've got a couple of tough matches that they've got to come through. They've got to win one of these games just to secure their place. But as I said previously, they have been pretty inconsistent so far. From what I've seen, it seems like it's not one player being inconsistent. It seems like one of them will have a bad week followed by another player. So I'm looking at Dinosaurs tomorrow just to solidify their place. Hopefully they can do it already today, but I want to see Cristola making big plays again. I want to see the Bucks on top. I want to see 57 playing like the 57 we know. Yeah. And of course, Mr. Dan Young. I mean, what would Dan Young do? I mean, it's as simple as that. You just want to see him playing well. He's a great player, and I really want to see him excel in these last couple of matches. It's
just a question. I'm gonna throw this across the entire board. Mark, we'll start off with you.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see from the Dinos? Do you think it's possible to see another reverse sweep out of them?
It's always possible. They love a comeback, the Dinosaurs. They love a comeback. Out of all of the teams mentally that we have in the Pro League, I would say the experience of the Bucks and then the temperament they have with Cristola and Flames as well. They're not emotional players. They're not the type of players to get down on themselves after a loss. They press that reset button, as we hear all the time, is the buzz phrase in Pro League. And then they come out in the next game like nothing's ever happened. So that's why we see so many reverse sweeps from them. We see crazy comebacks in game. They never get down. The communication stays consistent. And I think that's what makes them such a difficult team to beat.
And that's always going to be in the back of the minds of the X-Men as well. This is the team that they're playing today that they lost 3-2 when they were 2-0 up to a few weeks ago. So
yeah,
obviously a different team now. They've got Rami in, so hopefully that can give them a bit more maturity when they are in that situation where they've dropped a game whilst being 2-0 up in the series. So can Dinosaurs do it? Yes. Can X-Men avoid that happening? Yes.
I don't think Dinosaurs can do it,
Really?
No, I just think that they've needed to get ahead more in their series. They've been behind far too often. They're on 4 losses on the bounce now.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, actually, yeah.
It's going to be tough for these guys. They need to pick themselves up. They need to get an early win. I think if they go 2-0 down, I think they'll be all in out. They'll just be like, we concede.
Ramirez, though, really quickly, just to note, going against his old teammates when this whole thing started off, when they kicked this all off and the initial teams that went into the invite qualifier, these guys were together, and honestly, I think the Bucks will be one is saying, look, you made the wrong decision, boy. We're the boss here.
Well, they want to say that to everyone, really, don't they?
I think everyone does.
Yeah,
right, Mark, we're going to have to let you go, dude, because 3 gingers on a stream is never a good thing.
It's too much.
But,
It's not enough song.
I'm feeling a little bit out of the water right here. I need some ginger hair dye immediately.
I think the word you're looking for is it's lit.
It's so lit right now.
It's
You
so
are
lit
the
right
It's way
to
too
our
lit.
Weasley, Harry. Don't worry about it.
I love you, buddy.
God bless you. Dude, good luck for tomorrow. Obviously, you're doing the final games. I'll be sure to tune in. And obviously, just a big shout out from us here. Thank you so much for covering the Pro League, man. It's been an absolute pleasure watching you. Thank you so much for your work.
No problem. And you should all be very proud of what you're doing so far, guys. Keep it up. Doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, Matt. Take it easy, dude.
Cheers, buddy. Bye-bye.
Love you, Weasley.
You had to throw that in, didn't you?
heart.
You had to throw
He
it in.
started it.
He's a lovely man.
He said, I'm the Potter to his Weasley. I'm the Harry Potter to his Ron Weasley. So, if that's not romance, I don't know what is.
I am pretty disappointed you've got no glasses on this time, though, at one.
I've got them with me.
Why would you have them with you?
could
Because
keep them there.
I'm moving place tomorrow, okay? And I can't,
So
not...
you take Harry Potter glasses? I don't know. I can't.
All
even
right, you
know.
can keep them there. Let's take a look at the series. The first game that is about to come up on your screens right now. It's going to be Pulse Gaming taking on Team Vi. Both these teams right now are down in that bottom red relegation area, pretty much fighting for survival, and if not, fighting to take the highest seed, because whichever team comes in 5th place gets to pick the opponent down in open circuit. This is a double elimination tournament when we come to relegation, but you pretty much get to pick who you want to play in that first initial round. Taking a look at the map series that we're going to run through, Dan.
Well, we've got Eden Strongholds Game 1, Regret Slayer the second, then Colosseum, Capture the Flag, Rig Strongholds, and Truth Slayer games 4 and 5 if we need them, of course. And what's interesting, actually, is these first 3 game types, going by vetoes, it would suggest it favours Pulse. They have a 0% veto percentage on Eden Strongholds. They've never vetoed that. They're very confident in it. However, on the other side, Vibe have vetoed it 50% of the time. So clearly, they're a bit unsure about this map. So maybe Pulse have got a good chance in this one.
But Eden Strongholds, our game number 1, has only been played once throughout the entire European Pro League, and that was in the U4X versus Dinosaurs series. So, yeah, no real... what am I trying to say here? No real standings to go on in terms of this game type. They don't really have a record on it just yet. And then Game 2, Regret Slayer. The teams have only played it once between them, and that was Pulse, and they lost it. So Pulse 0-1, Vibe 0-0. A lot of O's across the board. As I said before, no wins for either of these 2 teams on the first 3 game types of this series.
One player that is sticking in my mind right now that needs to turn up in this next series, and you're both looking at me. I think we all know the name. It begins with an R. Mr. Riot, because after, I believe it was a 2-19 we saw him end last week. Stream on. Wow, you've been working on that for a while, haven't you? Wow.
It looks really good when you spell it out, because it looks like an R.
Actually looks like his name.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, what's really annoying is because we know and we've seen what Riot's can do in the past, and we just know it's in there, but I've not really seen it so far. In that final game, I really felt like he'd given up.
I mean, I team with the man, and I will say he's one of the best players I've ever teamed with and ever watched. He is just a fantastic Slayer. I just think that perhaps Halo 5, he's not really found as much passion as he had in the likes of Halo 3 and 4. Maybe they just need that win. They just need to kind of stay in Pro League for him to find that drive once again.
And of course, this has been a bit of a roster that's been kind of rocked with team changes, and especially when I believe it was an unexpected leave of Ramirez. But you know what, guys? We are ready. We are live. We are rocking and rolling. Strongholds on Eden will be game number 1. Tweet the stream. Use the hashtag HCS. Let us know your thoughts out on social media. Give us a shout out, and we want to know kind of which players you're looking out for and which teams you think will advance. Dan, or even Harry, Who are we starting things off with?
I think it's got to be Snaky here from the Vibe side. He's the new member of the team. He's had a week now to gel with his squad. Let's see what he can do here early on in Eden Strongholds.
All right, then, so we're going to see Septic picking up the first OS of the game. That's going to be at 48, so watch your eye on that timer for them picking up that. Snaky will move and advance outside to the Rockets. So pretty much all the power weapons now definitely in the hands of Vibe.
Most importantly, they got that overshield as well. Fantastic from Snaky, just grabbing that battle rifle, using it to cover his teammates. They were able to pick up the kill, and you know, overshield on here, if you can get your timing and you can grab it every single time, then you're going to be looking very favorable in this matchup. But as you said, they've also got the Rockets, but SLG is taken down as well as we move across to Punisher now.
Not entirely sure who has a hold of them Rockets. I'm sure we'll find out when we see some coming across the kill feed. 2 players down out in the open, though. There will go one-on-one. Punisher is dropped as well as Cali. At the moment, Slane looks to be definitely in the hands of Vibe. Septic's going to advance and jump out. Killing spree for him in the back. He's going to go towards Blue Bend, looking for his teammates to give him some support. He knows there is no one in there blocking the spawn. Lunny's by the Red Bend as well. And they're going to get called out as they come clawing their way out. Lunny just camping down there, waiting for anyone who wants to challenge him. I'm watching that kill feed to see if he grabs one. Cali's at the back. He does indeed. He's going to take him down. But another player's coming out of nowhere. It's going to be Punisher, AR in hand. Septic does say no, though. Last shot in the barrel, puts it between his eyes.
Love what Septic's doing as well. Just controlling this Blue Bend and this turbine area. Just pushing wherever his teammates need him. And at the moment, they did have total control. And Septic, once again, just moving to the stronghold that they don't have. Putting nades across the catwalk as well. Try and if he can get this kill, to be very important. Unfortunately, it does look like Punisher was able to survive a little bit, but Septic's nade does get him. And now, Pulse are finally putting some points on the board, but I generally feel that Vibe have got more map control here.
I don't believe he's actually died yet. I could be wrong. Running up with the SMG. You want to put that away when you're going one-on-one at long distance. Will grab it. Still makes his way up there. I think he's done 8 kills. Did that almost say then? 8 kills. Catwalk's about to get capped. However, he turns around. That's going to be Cali. So glad he turned around, but unfortunately, Cali picking up a big double kill will stop the cap up on Catwalk.
Tell you what, Punisher surviving at Catwalk was absolutely crucial. I mean, we saw it last week when on Plaza, I think it was, Punisher surviving, doing exactly the same. He's been an incredible addition to this team, and there is a lot on the line here. Potentially, the loser of this game, well, not this game, but this series, could be finding themselves stuck in relegation if results go the wrong way elsewhere, as Kali is able to pick up this camouflage. If he can stay alive, this will be pretty important for this team. Can he get the assassination on the overshield as well? Just get closer, Septic. Get closer to us.
Gives him one. No, it's not going to... Oh, no. We're going to have a bit of a boxing match, but unfortunately it does go down. I'm surprised he didn't thrust into him, to be honest. I really wanted to see him just thrust forward and give him that back whack. Does not take down the overshield guy, but he's going to live to survive again. Rockets and OS, once again, back in the hands of Vibe. Definitely still in control of this game. They have the 3 cap, as we see Lonnie's just going to patrol this area, and this is kind of where you want to be. You know, you've got the nest, you've got Catwalk, so if you can get eyes on both, then why not? All he really has to do is just hang around in red, and this is a player that I kind of see Mo's doing quite a lot. He'll happily just sit in the window, hang around the edge, and just be a nuisance and just watch. And as soon as he sees that Catwalk getting overtook, in goes the grenade. Team takedown medal as well. 2 more players alive there, pushing towards. That's only one. We're going to see Punisher go down as well. That will leave Fragger on his own here in red.
Incredible map control from Vibe right now. They're just pushing really kind of passively as a team. It's kind of strange. They're waiting for the right moment. They're not being over aggressive, and we see it. Lunny's just been controlling this kind of red area, sitting in that red window, waiting for someone to push into Catwalk, and then that's when he's getting aggressive. And it's really great to see that they've got this kind of discipline already when they've only been a team for probably, what, a week and a half as this roster. So good things coming out of Vibe so far. Pulse need a response, and I think that might come out of either Rockets or Overshield, but currently Vibe have had control of both of those.
And one thing I can actually say, not only from watching him, but from playing him as well, he's not a passive player, but he's certainly a disciplined player. Lunny will happily patrol an area until he gets that call out. Look, just here again, move back. So he'll sit and he'll hang here because he knows they're in the lead. They've got the 2 plots. You don't have to overextend. It's just going to give away a kill that's not needed.
Yeah, you don't want to give away any stupid kills. And at the moment, Pulse are just trying to do whatever they can to get one of these strongholds back. And they're kind of pushing sporadically across the map, but it might work. Fragza does get caught out, though. Snaky's not able to get 2 grenades on them, so he will be able to take this red nest. And I think Catwalk's going to be taken as well, so that is going to be complete control for Pulse. And if they can get this overshield as well, this could be their ticket back into the game. It looked like Septic may have already had it there as he dropped down, but Rockets are in the hand of Pulse Gaming.
Which he does get taken down by, I do believe, looking on the kill feed. So we got Snaky up there. He's one shot, gives him the perfect as well. Punisher with a cracking shot on him. Going to try and chase down this triple. Unfortunately, Lunny will run away. Rockets are now in the hand. But initially, you can see what they've done. So they've broken the setup. they did, they couldn't do anything. They had Catwalk, they had Nest, they broke it, but not only did they break it, another big double kill coming out of Punish to take that down, keeping them. They've certainly turned up the heat when it comes to slaying power. That's 3 down now for Vibe. And they're just racking up the points. They are non-stop at the moment. And what they had before, you could see it. So they had Catwalk and Nest. They couldn't break it. But not only when they broke that setup, they took all 3, and they've not lost it since.
And what was important was them getting the camouflage as well. Pulse have already obviously got timing of this camouflage, whereas on the other side, Vibe have got the overshield. If they could have got that assassination earlier, the camo on the overshield, we could be seeing Pulse much further ahead right now. But they are catching up. They are getting back into this game.
Yeah, like you said, they're getting back into this game. They were down by around 60 to 20, I believe. Lunny here has been really, really sneaky. But what Vibe need to do right now, they need to regroup. They need to put shots on players like they are now. That's going to enable them now to defend this red nest where Lunny is, and also potentially capture the top catwalk. But I believe the player actually went down there, Sims.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Punisher is going to meet him 1 by 1. However, he's got support. Does clip him with that grenade, but you can tell teams are now just getting ready for those rockets because they could be quite game-changing. Look at the scoreline here. They're all tied up now at 68 to 68. There's going to be a scrappy fight for the catwalk. Septic will claim victory in that one, but there's 2 more players who are going to try and turn that. And of course, when you've got more than 1 player in, that catwalk's going to turn around a lot quicker.
Yeah, Lunny doing some absolute work though, just trying to clear up anyone that's walking into catwalk right now. He is going to take down 2 members of this Pulse squad just with that brute rifle. Fantastic work from him. If he can take catwalk as well, then that is a pretty successful play, I must add. Now they need to push towards, maybe try and get this trip cap just to get some even more points, put even more pressure onto Pulse, because they don't want to let Pulse think they've got a chance in this game.
But what I almost about to say is the rockets in the hands of Pulse, and this could be game-changing. As we see that, we're going to see Punisher racking up a double kill. We'll go back to Nest to help his teammate out. We're going to see the catwalk is on its way to getting turned in face as well, because this could be another triple cap back in the hands of Pulse Gaming. He's very rubber band at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I just feel like one team will overextend a little bit and then kind of hand the other one the plots and then switch it back again.
Well, rather than kind of rotating to each stronghold, it seems like they're trying to hold all 3 as a setup by kind of spreading themselves across the map. And it doesn't seem to be working. There seems to be a lot of individual fights right now. I just want to see them kind of group up and run around the map together.
How many times, though, have we seen Pulse come back in a Strongholds game? It seems like every single week on Strongholds, you could just never count out this Pulse team here, Sims, and now it's all tied up. Vibe finally regaining the lead after a lengthy spell of absence.
Yeah, so many memories of Plaza over and over again. The comebacks that we have seen from that roster, absolutely unbelievable. And I think this could be it, though. Game, set, and match. I'm going to see the 3-pot transfer behind. Lunny's going to take down 2 people. I'll get them low shields at least. He will get taken down himself. Fragger's going to come in for support. Snaky's crouching up on there. Snaky's not been seen. He'll just survive again. However, Septic comes flying through the air. He'll drill a couple bullets into the back of Fragger. Fragger will stay alive. Now we'll jump over to Nest. That's going to be Riots. Unfortunately, Riots will answer back, though. His teammate actually took him down. It was Snaky. Support from Snaky again from this top catwalk area.
Yeah, Lunny and Snaky have been doing some absolute work this game, as we do see game 1 going in the hands of Vibe. And if they can carry this on, maybe we'll see a repeat of the last time these guys matched up when it was 3-0 to Vibe. But yeah, Lunny and Snaky, they're the kind of the guys that were just anchoring really well, and then Riots was just getting aggressive, and that's more of the Riots that I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, 18 kills out of Lunny, led the games. On the other side, Fragger with 8 capture also led the game, but it was not enough. Pulse will finally fall in a Strongholds game. That's the first time we've seen either of these teams on this game type. In fact, that's only the 2nd time we've seen this game type in the Pro League, so a good job there for Vibe, getting the 2nd game of Eden Strongholds on the board.
I've got to say, though, slightly worrying now, because, SLG's the team captain, didn't have a really good game there. You saw how badly and how hard that team was slayed going into a Slayer. I'd be quite concerned, to be honest with you.
We say it every week, momentum from game 1 to game 2 going into that Slayer. If you really get outslayed, it's going to be tough, but Regret Slayer again. The vetoes would suggest Pulse are more confident than Vibe on this one. Only a 17% to 19% difference. So either team seems happy to be playing this. It's been kind of the other teams like the X-Men, the Dinosaurs that have been avoiding Regret Slayer. So it's a good chance for them to play right now. And sitting in the relegation zone together, things will start to get nervous now for this Pulse squad, especially when they know they've got to play U4X tomorrow as well. So yeah, nerves are going to start to jangle. They need a response in this game. I just want to see some map control from them, really.
I've got to say, though, he wasn't exactly a whitewash. I mean, fair enough, SLG only 8 kills, 9 kills there, unfortunately.
It was single digits. Yeah.
If he would have maybe turned up a little bit more, or maybe he's just kind of warming up, they could probably turn face in here, because that roster, for me, is still a very, very scary. You don't know what's going to happen.
As well as Vibe did, I feel like we can attribute that game, to Pulse having a really slow start. I mean, we saw they were down 60 to 20 odd. They came back in the game. They made it really, really close, but it was, it is when you're down by around 40 points in strongholds. Yes, it's doable, but it's very, very hard to do at this level of play. We've seen Pulse do it in the past, but obviously it wasn't enough this time around.
It was that assassination, or failed assassination as well, from Camo onto Overshield. If that had gone Pulse's way, then they would have picked up a few more points, because they could have pushed into Catwalk and started picking up that stronghold. But unfortunately, Septic with the Overshield just kind of turned around and beat him down a couple of times.
We saw a fair bit of rocket control though right at the end, but as Harry mentioned, it was a very, very, very slow start. Obviously, we'll bring the scores up in just a second. It's not -1. They did win that. It is, of course, 1 point in the bag for Team Vibe.
Vibe finished in -1.
-1.
Never forget.
Never forget. Regret Team Slayer will be game number 2. And of course, even though you mentioned it's kind of been in favour, momentum, 1 does say a lot, but 2, Septic and Lunny that game. And even now, we're starting to see Riots. He pulled his own weight in that as well. You got Snaky there. Absolutely. Oh, that's what.
I think we're 6 in the league. What? When did this happen?
For later, guys.
Holy
yeah. That's the scoreline for you. We'll leave that one in a second. But yeah, incredible stuff from them. We're moving to game number 2. I think it's definitely in the bag for them.
I don't know if it's in the bag, but like you said, Lunny looks on point. Septic, his shots, I mean, some of those, it was an SMG versus pistol, and the way he would kind of get to his last bullet, then thrust, and then just pop that head. He's looking really good right now, and it's great to see after he kind of left Halo for a little bit, and now he's made his comeback, so I'm glad to see you back, Robbie, and backfire.
Yeah, he just looks like he never left. But game 2 is about to get underway, people. I'm looking forward to it. I keep attributing to this, but the one thing is about these 2 rosters, I'm quite worried for open circuit teams, because these 2, after all these team changes, and now they're all starting to heat up, these 2 rosters are pretty disgusting. Yeah, Pulse especially look completely different to what we saw in the first half of the season. They looked an absolute force in this league. It's a shame that they did get off to such a slow start in the league. It's kind of unsurmountable now for them. Obviously, it's still mathematically possible for them to avoid relegation, but it's highly likely that they will be in that relegation tournament.
All right then, guys, let's rock and roll. Slayer on Regret will be game number 2. Remember, tweet the stream, use the hashtag HCS. These 2 teams pretty much fighting for survival. We are on board with Riots now, moving forward. 2 of them are going to go drop down below. 1 of them will move to the opposing side, which is quite an alternate route. Snaky's going to climb up behind. Riots takes down 1. Let's see who's got the OS. That looks to me like it could possibly be a Pulse Gaming member, SLG team captain. He needs to pull big now after the pretty much a slow game on the initial start.
And clearly a better starting strat from Pulse, which you'd expect because they are the more practiced team, but that doesn't mean Vibe are out of it yet. They have top mid control, or at least they did. Riots was there. I don't know if he's jumped down and sacrificed that just to try and help some teammates. But Plasma Caster now in the hands of SLG with a little bit of Overshield to work with, not very much though. He will just kind of be patient here and wait for someone to walk in front of those bullets.
His teammate's going to come up below though, and then he's just going to give him that little bit of support. Grenades are going to come in. He's not going to tag anybody up. In fact, he'll tag top mid. 2 casters will go in. No plasmas will hit whatsoever. Don't want to waste many more of them. Reload. He's only got 5 left to play with, and not a single kill out of them yet. 2 more players go down though on the Pulse Gaming side as we look across the kill feed. Ooh, he's getting tagged up though as he's forced to back off into this base. His teammate is above him. Fragger's on 0. Septic's still on 0. 2 players who we know can go off. He's going to support Septic. Unfortunately, Lunny says no, and he picks up a double kill as he flanks around behind them.
Yeah, and that's what Lunny's doing at the moment. He just seems to be everywhere. He seems to be flanking behind, he seems to be supporting, he's doing a lot of work for his team. He did a lot of work last game, and you can see him now just using this. He's going to grab the Storm Rifle and push him behind. He might catch Fragzer off guard. He does, but the thrust from Fragzer does make it slightly awkward for Lunny. He can't finish that pistol shot either. He will get support from Snaky though, and that's why I said Snaky's been that anchor position. He's been helping his teammates perfectly at the moment.
I like that though. Just jump up in the air, stabilize, and wait for somebody to challenge. He give it a go. He almost got it down, so credit where credit's due. Lovely, cheeky little plays out of this French roster. Snaky will find Punisher though. He's not going to shoot. He's just going to let him go. Wait for that call out. He's going to tell his teammates where they are now. Over on the car side. Now he's got the bullets lined up. He's going to put them into him, tanks them up. There's going to be 1. 1 goes down, goes around the corner. 2 players will drop though down below the carbine. He needs to be extremely careful. He's going to go one-on-one with Fragger. Fragger throws a grenade, doesn't find his hit marker whatsoever. He will just ground pound down, but unfortunately gets clipped across the map by SLG.
Viber definitely focusing on this carbine area as we do see Septic picking up the Overshield. And again, it's just this overshield control that's going to be so important.
Wow.
We did see Pulse get it originally, but SLG will get a crucial kill there on Septic, and they've got a 3-kill lead here. Now if they can get some top mid control, start controlling those spawns, maybe they could start to kind of snowball out of control.
It kind of reminds me of the same thing that happened last week with Riot's grabbing that OS and getting absolutely mullered by Team Infused. Same thing happened to Septic there. He were down in bottom mid. They bottlenecked him. 3 players jumped on him. Noob combo kill comes in for Punisher. You see the carbine flying across. Finds Lunny crouching. Doesn't manage to hit any of those 3 shots. Unfortunately, he will survive. Snaky says no and perfects him straight from the window.
Yeah, it looks like now Vibe are pushing towards this kind of P area, this Plasma Caster area. Riot is going to have the Plasma Caster in his hands. Very effective weapon ever since the update. It does a lot of damage. We've spoken about it before, but there's a lot of pressure coming on Riot's now, and his teammates have kind of disbanded him, so he needs to be a little bit careful here. Will he see the player behind? He won't, so Fragger actually getting a very important kill, taking down that Plasma Caster, and he will push in. Does get the double, gets the triple actually with Snaky's grenade, so that's a pretty tasty multi-kill there.
Just going to extend the lead, 16 to 21, which kind of, if you're going to go down, then why not take it out with a triple? SLG will tank him up though as he jumps down from the wall. Splitting is going to come in, just kind of clip him on the side. However, Lunny's asking for help. It's a little bit too late though. We'll see Punisher asking for help as well. He did get the kill, but he did go down and trade off with him. SLG is going to know where Septic is, goes one-on-one, gives him the 1-2 beatdown. He's going to drop as well. Callie's asking for help because he's got Snaky there. So SLG just, I want to say he was going to be slightly careful, but he's not. He's just going to go steamboating in. Now we'll back off. We'll see Frags perfecting Lunny straight across the map as well. He needs to be extremely careful. He's running into a barrage of bullets here. Riot's is going to go toe-to-toe with him. He takes Riot's down 27 to 20. Nice little lead here for Pulse Gaming.
And a big thing is just having these battle rifles, actually. I've noticed they've been mainly in the hand of Pulse Gaming. We saw the noob combo coming out earlier, so really using these long-distance weapons to their advantage right now.
Yeah, not only that, they have a 7-kill lead without getting the last overshield. It was Vibe, it was Septic who had the overshield last. That overshield's coming up next, so if Pulse Gaming can get this next overshield, as SLG is doing his best to make sure his team secures that, they could absolutely storm away with this lead.
Oh, but unfortunately, you look across that kill feed, that's double-double. 2 double kills back-to-back from 2 players. All 4 members of Pulse will drop. As we see SLG coming straight off the respawn and just getting absolutely rambled by a blue team member. He will drop, though, and answer back as he moves around this corner. Snaky's going to be on the player outlines. He knows somebody's running around. Out comes the AR. In goes the thrust. Snaky says no. This scoreline, Dan, is getting tighter.
It's interesting. You see the confidence in players who runs around with assault rifles and who runs around with pistols. That really screams volumes to me with how confident you are in your shot. Snaky being one of those. He runs around with his pistol. He is that confident. And this man as well. He's been on absolute fire so far in this series. And that he really needs to step up now if they're going to win this game. It is only a 2-kill deficit, so they're definitely not out of it just yet. Usually at kind of 30 mark, that's when you'll see one of these teams break away, but at the moment, I can see this going peg for peg.
Couldn't agree with what you mentioned more, Dan, earlier on. Septic really is that game-changing kind of player. The stuff and he's performing, I mean, look at that. He was down there on the shots, unfortunately. Just did a quick little thrust to the left. Takes him down. Now instantly gets the call out. Scopes in. You see the little arrow coming up on the left. He's got himself an assist for Riot's. Riot's called out. Now he's going to meet 2 people. If he gets that kill, that would have been truly disgusting. But even dying there, all he was doing was just locking him down into that base and letting his teammates just rush him from the left-hand side and clear house. And all of a sudden, that 7-kill lead that Pulse Gaming has, it's down to a 1.
Everything Septic does is methodical. He knows what he's doing, and he's doing it for a reason. I don't think he does anything on a whim. He's not one of those players that will just run around randomly. Maybe a player like Warlord who would just kind of be aggressive, get behind players. No, Septic knows what he's doing. He's definitely going to be doing it for a decent reason. As he is holding now top mid. Very important, I think, holding this wall side. You can just get a lot of kind of view on these spawns. He is just going to call out where the Pulse Gaming players are pushing and where they're spawning. And
as you see there, Riot's, I'm not sure if you guys copped it, he actually had the Plasma Caster, which means the overshield is going to be coming up very, very soon as well. At this late stage of the game, with only a 2-kill lead, this could be an absolutely vital power-up here for both sides. So let's see who's going to get this next overshield.
I think Septic's doing the right thing here. He's going to grab the behind, he's going to put them down into where he knows they're spawning because they're opposed at the, in red side. He moves over to blue. He will go down, but he takes one with him at least. It's a trade for a trade. 45 to 41. Good things from Lunny. He's going to push in now, and now he's going to flank behind. This is exactly what he's done about the 3rd or 4th time in the game. He gets the call out. He knows exactly where they are, and he just kind of flanks in from the opposing side. Riot's is there to throw some grenades in, be that a distraction. and all of a sudden Septic, 3 members now clawing down on that base. However, they need to be extremely careful because all the members are spawning behind them and they've taken control of top mid.
Just 3 more kills now needed for Vibe. Just the 2. They need to be careful here, but this is kind of like last game. They were very strong to start, lost it in the middle, and then they came back at the business end when it mattered. Just 2 more kills, and they will be on their way to winning this.
Going to see Punisher will drop down just to try and stay alive. SLG's on his own though, so he needs to be careful. Punisher's running as well. Septic's coming round saying, I've seen you, Sunshine. You are my kill. 2-on-2. There is another trade on the opposing side. SLG caught off guard by Snake here. And there we have it. Vibe Gaming take game number 2, 47-250. A very, very close scoreline again. These 2 teams kind of proving that they want to win this match because we know how important it is down in the red relegation zone.
Yeah, we saw Snakey a lot in that game, flanking around bases as well as Lunny. Those 2 combining for, 28 kills between them, so pretty good job from them. Only 9 deaths and 13 assists from Lunny as well, so a great performance out of Lunny. It's on my fantasy team, by the way, boys, thought I'd let you know. Septic with 10 assists and 10 kills. On the other side, Punisher with 9 and 12, but he did have 13 assists. But again, Pulse just falling short at the final hurdle.
So we are now just 1 game away from possibly seeing the first 3-0 of today. And honestly, with how things are going at the moment, definitely the slaying power. I mean, I want to say the slaying power is kind of locked down in the Vibe core, but they're still close games. And you know, Pulse, they're not giving up and backing down in any way, shape or form.
It seems like at the business end, that's when this Vibe lineup kind of just wake up a little bit. They go, oh, we're 4 kills behind. Overshield's coming up soon.
Well, yeah, we've got a game to win.
We need to win.
Right. We need to win the game.
We might not be in Pro League finals.
No,
so
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, basically winning this 3-0, they keep their hopes alive and pretty much just crush Pulse's hopes in their hands.
So let's just take a really quick break for a second. If Vibe win this, what needs to happen further? Let's throw this equation into the mix. What needs to happen for them to make it out of relegation?
So Vibe will be the same as Dinosaurs if they win this. So they would want Dinosaurs to lose.
Yep.
And then tomorrow, I'm not sure who's playing who. I have a weird feeling that Vibe might actually be playing Dinosaurs.
Pulse play U4X. So basically, Pulse need, if they come back in this series, Pulse need to win out, so they need to win this series, so they need to come back and do a reverse sweep. They also need to beat U4X tomorrow and hope Dinosaurs lose both of their games. That's how Pulse get in. I'm not really too sure about Vibe. I'm pretty sure it's the same scenario. But again, look at this lead. 7-kill lead there for Pulse. Somehow they threw it away. They didn't have a single overshield at all in this game. I think SLG got the first one, but after that, it was all Vibe. But they still managed to claw out a 7-kill lead. But by that point, Vibe snatched the lead away. They traded kills pretty much until the end of the game, and that's how they stole it away from Pulse.
Vibe are actually playing X-Men tomorrow.
Okay.
So they just need Dinosaurs to lose so that they can get on equal path of them, and it'll be all to play for tomorrow.
Basically, though, it does all hinge on the Dinosaurs because they're in the driving seat right now. They're on 3 wins, whereas the other 2, Pulse and Vibe, that is, are both on 2 wins. So it all pretty much hinges on how Dinosaurs do today. I'm pretty sure if Dinosaurs win, it makes it mathematically impossible for
the loser.
Both team.
The loser of this
game
cannot qualify if
Dinosaurs
win today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. So we will see definitely somebody being put in the relegation zone after this match. And it's possibly going to be after this 3rd and maybe final game. Coliseum Catch the Flag will be our 3rd matchup of week number 5, day number 1. As you can see on screen there, Vibe taking game number 1, Eden Strongholds, 100 points to 81. And game number 2, Regret Slayer, 50 to 87. Mention it again, you know, close score lines. It's fair to say they've been doing quite well, putting up a bit of a fight, but honestly, I just think I'm worried for Pulse. I really am.
87 kills in Slayer is pretty good for Pulse, I won't lie.
Did I say 87?
You said 87.
Did you just pick me up on it?
Yeah.
Live on stream.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
You're going to be that guy, innit?
Yep, I got to be that guy. It's what you bring me in for.
Do me a favor. Just shake your head in, please. You can't see it on screen now, but Danny's actually shaking his head in.
That actually really hurts.
Feels really bad, man.
Feels so bad, man.
Feels bad. But really quickly, we have, after this, no matter win or loss, for the first time, we will be speaking to Lunny of Team Vibe. Definitely want to ask him about the triple kill that we saw last week when it went on Get Wrecked Lunny.
Get Wrecked Lunny.
We'll have to speak to that. But also, remember the little matchup of him and
Buck 20? Yeah, Buck 20, 9-0 in a Rig Strongholds game in duels. Like, that's pretty much unheard of. So that's definitely going to be one to pick up, to pick his brains on.
And just to pick your brains on this one, we've kind of seen this roster going from strength to strength. Obviously, do you definitely think the old XL formation of these 3 players now matched with is kind of that old teamwork starting to blossom once again?
100%. I thought the change was good. The fact that we were able to get Snakey on the roster as well just helped them because of that experience that they had from Worlds, and just adding Septic into that lineup is just incredible. I think he's a fantastic player. I don't want to blow his trumpet too much because I know he'll be on Twitter afterwards bragging about it. So I love you, Robbie, and you're a good player, but I'm not going to say you're the best.
I'd say he's top 5, maybe. Yeah, he's up there. But it's a shame in terms of where Vibe are in the league, because the way Septic came back, like halfway through the season, everyone was like, well, I say everyone was like, I was like, oh, Septic's pretty rusty. He hasn't played since EMEAs. He's going to be behind the curve a little bit. He came in and blew the whole league out of the water. I think he was like one of the leaders in fantasy points the first week back. So, yeah, Septic definitely one of the top 5 players, I reckon, in the league right now.
Just really quickly while we get this next game underway, the Eye in the Sky is live, so we'll jump in a second. Who are your top players currently in the EU Pro League right now?
Number 1 is undisputedly Respectful.
I agree with that.
So we're all on board with that one.
Yeah, there is absolutely no denying that.
Number 2?
Good question.
For me, I think Cristola is a fantastic player. I know that Dinosaurs have been struggling recently, but yeah, he's definitely one of my ones to watch. And Kimbo as well. I just think Kimbo is an absolute monster.
I'm going to go Moz.
I'd say Moz.
So basically, the whole of U4X.
So U4X is what we're saying.
Minus the new
minus 2 Foxy.
This is another
you're not as good as what you used to be, is what we're saying.
Another conversation for another time, I think.
All right then, guys. Game 3 is locked and loaded. On board with team captain of Pulse Game. It's going to be SLG looking hard now as he kind of looks his way up onto that blue bridge. Lunny's just going for Rockies. He will get pinged though, as we're going to see Riots drop down and clears him out. 2 players moving towards the maze as we move across to Cali, who's kind of between a rock and a hard place. Literally between Rockets and a hard place. One of them's above his head. He's going to travel down as we move across to Snakey, just fighting down in red basement as his team captain Septic comes up behind. He's going to clean up that kill, and that's one thing I like about this roster. Even though you will see people struggling a little bit, every single time someone will just steamboat in and they'll clean up the kill, just kind of as we're seeing now. Flags on the move, Septic's in the base, sniper rifle is in hand.
A lot of individual talent to offer. I mean, they've obviously got great teamwork as well, but they are going to do a lot of work with whatever weapon is in their hand. But I'm going to be looking towards the kind of sneaky beavers in this lineup. I'm going to be looking towards Lunny getting behind the team. I'm going to be looking towards maybe Cali getting behind the other team as well. They're going to make a really big difference.
It was such a shame that that hit marker came up for Septic. He got hit by a nade. I think it must have hit like one of the hairs on his head, one of the few hairs on Septic's head. It pretty much gave his position away, but he was able to stay alive. Couldn't quite hit the no-scopes though, and now the snipe will transition into the hands of Pulse, I do believe. In fact, it might even be a Vibe member that has it. I think it's Lunny who actually has it on his back right here, so we're going to jump over to Lunny and see what he can do with the snipe.
Strong words coming out of Wonderbold himself there, but as we are going to jump back onto Lunny, who is going to try and get a kill with a scout shot. He will get taken down there. We'll jump back over to Riot.
One thing I want to ask though, gents, every single time that we've looked across,
don't talk to me.
The sniper's kind of been in that corner. I personally don't like it there. I don't see why you would take it into an enemy's base and sit in their corner while they're coming off spawn. For me, a bit of a wasted chance to kind of move back to the Royal 2 spot, so to speak, and just ping them and let the flag guy come to you rather than waiting for them to spawn on top of you and die over and over again. Personally, I think that was a wasted sniper on both accounts.
Yeah, just trying to use it aggressively, I guess. And if you're stuck in that situation, perhaps you're reluctant to push out in case you lose it. You think you've got more of a chance if you can kind of hold the wall kind of difference. You can just sit there and try and get snipes. Septic does have control of it now. I would like to see him back off, but again, he's in a situation where he just can't get away. The sniper will run out of ammo though, so we won't see it for another minute or so until it does pop up once again.
So we jump in the driving seat with Punisher now, who's been aggressive. 3 people are inside the base, coming off of the respawn. One of them's right above his head in the form of Riots. Rockets goes in, it takes 2 to kill him, wastes the first one, makes the second one hit. However, he has just been dropped. That was 2 players running straight across, and now, in fact, he didn't, yes he did, excuse me, he did waste that initial rocket. Oh, a little bit of another dodgy one. These players can't quite figure out how to fire them and where to fire them
it's
just yet.
Point and shoot, boys.
Yeah,
come on,
it really
it's not
is.
Really that hard.
And that's kind of all it is at the moment, but look at where that flag is. It's made its quite its way across. Can they really make something happen and put it in the back of the net? That's the main question, though. That is the aim of the game. Still no one touching it at this moment in time. And there, just as I say that, this one is going to go in. We will see Vibe going 1-0 up as they put it in the bag at the 9-minute mark.
And new sniper rifle is coming up. It is going to go into the hands of Pulse, but Septic will catch him out. Doesn't look like as if he got the kill, actually. Fragger doing some absolutely disgusting work there to stay alive and keep a hold of this sniper as he goes for the no-scope. Gets another beatdown on Lunny. This guy is going off.
What is he doing? These jumps are fantastic. He's just getting away, using that French connection to the maximum. He knows exactly how to jump around. Misses that first bullet. Will aim down. Gets he actually just tagged him there, so he's got the hit markers. He's going to be one. Looking for his teammates to help him out now. Lunny's going to come in. No scopes. Lunny takes him down as well. Oh my word, Fragger is on an absolute tear.
Yeah, and like you said, he's kind of stuck in this aggressive position again. He's more than happy to just try and pick these players off as they spawn. Misses 2 shots, does get punished by Septic. And I know we saw earlier with the rockets, it kind of feels like on Coliseum players aren't really sure where they should be pushing with these rockets yet. Because of just the height difference that you have in the flag, it seems like you should be reluctant to push in. You want to try and keep those high positions like on the BR, the DMR. That's where you want to be with the rockets because you can guarantee kills that way.
However, let's look at this now. We saw Riot, I think it was, before he went down. Oh, never mind. It's all back in the base now. We saw one player pulling it out just to stop it coming in. However, it's 1-all game with 7:40 on the clock. Callie's just moving back into the base, waiting for his teammate to come off the spawn because he knows they're in trouble. 1, 2, 3 members of his team gone down. He's the last one alive. Little bit of a flag stumble though there. That's kind of gone in their favour.
It's a shame that he stumbled that flag. He probably could have got away, if he did get around that corner. But the stumble allowed Callie just to pick up that kill. And Callie just did well to kind of wait and survive whilst 3 of his teammates were dead. And he kind of held up. And he was the man that kept them in that game then.
Yeah, basically he kept them in the game because if Vibe got that flag out of the base, all of the Pulse players were on respawn and all of the Vibe players were swarming the base. So it was a great job there out of the Pulse player to stay alive in the flag, kill the flag runner, and it pretty much it threw the whole flag run in jeopardy here from Vibe. And we're still 1-1 in the game. 7 minutes left.
Oh, Callie though, nice little beat down there. Lunny will finally find him. Lunny managed to stay alive. Unfortunately, does find himself having to reload. Takes that one down. Team captain SLG now coming off of the respawn. Will throw in the splint nade. He knows these rockets are quite crucial, especially when you are tied up 1-1 and facing direct route into a relegation matchup. He's got the SMG waiting for anybody to come down and challenge him. Snakey's there as well, making his way towards the basement. He's also going to poke his way out onto the blue corner. He does have support from across the rocket bridge as well. As we're looking across the map right now, players are quite spread out. Now that's a big kill because that takes one of them out of the base. He's going to aggressively just work his way towards and try and get Snakey back on the respawn. He catches him. So this will be the second kill in a row, just keeping Snakey in the respawn. It's super, super crucial, which he does. But unfortunately, we will see Septic coming off of the respawn and answering one back.
I was going to say how much pressure there is on Pulse because basically if they lose this, they are teetering on relegation, but they kind of had probably accepted that last week. They knew what an uphill struggle it was going to be if they were going to make it out, the fact they play U4X tomorrow. So I don't think pressure is coming into this game whatsoever at the moment. I just think the Vibe are playing out of their socks. It's not the Vibe that we're used to seeing. They are really gelling well. It's great to see these old XL players in Snakey, Riot and Lunny just kind of moving across the map together. They know what exactly is going on in each other's heads. As Septic has got another sniper rifle, but he will be taken down by the man himself, SLG.
So that will be Sniper now, and Rocket still in the hands of Vibe. I think somebody picked the sniper rifle up, could be wrong. Again, these rockets, people keep missing with them time and time again. You've only got 4 in the chamber. That's, for me, I say it every time in Halo, it should be 4 guaranteed kills. That one certainly hit him. I think we all felt that one.
Yeah, I think Fragger tried volleying that one away. It didn't really work out for him as it just explodes on his foot as Riots will go down in the end. I'm seeing SLG again with a sniper, so let's see what the man can do with it this time. He has quite a few bullets to play with here. He has 6, so let's see if he can find some heads and get his team back in this series.
You what, mate? Takes one down. There's the double kill as well. Gets the no-scope, and then the scope. He needs to be looking towards the base, though, where they're going to be coming out the back of. He will jump up to give his teammates some support. He gets that one as well. Killing spree in the bag. Can he grab this no-scope? No, he cannot. He's in danger. Finds himself a rocket out of nowhere, but doesn't land it again. What is going on with his teams and the rockets?
How many times have I seen players firing these rockets willy-nilly? Just come on, fire it at someone, just use the splash damage for Christ's sake. You don't really need to be firing directly at a player. But who am I kidding? I can't fire a rocket either.
Yeah, well, we're all in the same boat. Don't worry, Dan. That's why we are casting in our Onyx badges, even though you're a silver. Septic will be pulling himself a flag, though. He will go down. Fragger with a double kill. Still on board with him. Grenade goes in, looking for that triple. Let's see if he tags him. No, he does not. But the flag's on the way back. All he needs to do is stop this push. SLG's in a fantastic spot, though. He's got the scar shot, so he can kind of either flank or just stop anybody going across. He's seen him on the radar. He will now sprint up there to find him. Goes around the corner, puts one in Snakey's chest. Down he goes, in for the grab. His teammates could possibly be a huge kill. Septic will get it. Can he get that return, though? This is important. No, he cannot. Coming straight off. In the bag it goes. Now Pulse are back in the driving seat.
Yeah, this is exactly what they needed. This is where the comeback can start. They just need to get this momentum now. Fantastic play with the scatter shot as well, just kind of keeping that flag alive. And it just seemed like off the spawn, Pulse were just running man after man towards that flag, and they did eventually get it.
Yeah, I swapped over to SLG because he was the man running the flag, but when we actually jumped onto his point of view, he was baiting it. He was pretty much baiting bottom middle, making sure no one came behind the flag carrier. That allowed the flag to get into the base. They returned their own flag, and now SLG, being a sneaky beaver again, he's the one in the Vibe base. He's the man to make the plays right now.
I like what he's doing though. Ground pounds it straight across. Now he could bounce this all the way back to the base. We're going to go in third person mode. See who's around him. He's not even going to get challenged. If the flag wasn't out and about, that would have been a bang on stealth cap. I like the fact that he's got the scatter shot in hand. He will drop it, so they now will know exactly where he is. But nobody's on that rocket streak. They're all kind of challenging straight towards. That just got dropped for a second, so he's going to know exactly where it is. I want to keep seeing. Oh, just as I said, I want to see him keep crouching. He does. So he could be, you called it, the sneaky beaver. Sniper's in their hands, so he doesn't want to get his face taken off. He's going to go around this corner, not see where the flag guy is, and move across with the flag guy now. Bit of a stalemate situation down.
Yeah, I did say that these kind of stealthy players would make a big difference. If SLG hadn't pushed into that base and pulled that flag, that was pretty much a secure cap. The reason why he was able to pull it so far was because the whole Vibe squad was running with the flag, as you'd usually expect. But you wouldn't be thinking someone's going to be in your base putting the flag, and SLG is going to do it yet again.
Two things that we need to note there. One, Riot's have actually killed himself by jumping off the map, so that's a player go down. Two, that unorthodox place of taking it to the maze was a fantastic place by Septic. He run it straight into the maze, so no one knew exactly where he is. We saw SLG looking for him for that scatter shot. I'd say they wasted a good 20 seconds by just trying to locate Septic's position. Fantastic play out of him.
I mean, what we have to note as well is that Vibe actually did get a return on that flag, but SLG was in a position to pull it once again. So Vibe would be thinking, yep, great, we've got the return, but the flag wasn't close enough. We saw that the kind of flag was hiding, like you say, in an unorthodox position, and you kind of cowered away there. It's the flag kill from Snaky on Fragger when Fragger was trying to pick up those rockets.
Yeah, that's massive. He's going to take him down, even though he had the flag. He'll take him down. He'll tell one of his teammates, grab that flag, boys. I know where the rockets are. He's now charging in, finds the... Whoop, nope, there's two of them there. Can he get the second one? Yes, he can indeed. He needs to get these reloaded quickly. This is the play. This is where he needs to take his team and tie it up. In comes one player. Down he goes as well. Oh, unfortunately, he's now going to give them one rocket. For me, that could have been the return. That could have been the save that they needed to keep this dream alive. Now they're in a bit of a sticky position, though, because we're going to see Lunny coming in. He does have a bit of support from Septic. Sep needs to get in front and really take the bullets for him.
Well, what I was going to say, this kind of standoff situation really favours Pulse. As long as they don't throw this game away, they're 2-1 up right now. They can keep this standoff going for another minute, and they will win this game.
Fragger with a double, though, keeping it. One will go down. That's going to be Lunny. We're just keeping it. It's a little bit of a slow-paced game, so we'll keep it slow as it goes. This could be the return, though. Oh, no, it can't. That's going to be Riot's on his deathbed, who will actually throw that Splinter nade out. So a random Splinter is going to keep the dream alive. The flag is still back and forth. This game is extremely messy.
Vibe just need to get really aggressive now. They just to say, look, okay, flag guy hide somewhere. 3 of us need to push. We've only got 30 seconds left. We need to get this flag back right now. Okay, yes, we've got a 2-0 lead. We could suffer one defeat here, but why should we? We can win this game 3-0. We can go into tomorrow still with a chance of making the Pro League finals.
Only 20 seconds left. The flag is out. 2-1 currently is the score. SLG is going to run on this wing, though. And you kind of called it earlier on, Harry. They just have to sit there and wait for them to come to them. Callie's up here as well. Riots will get caught off guard. Goes charging in. Absolutely steamboating. Arms out forward. Takes him down. Now here's the push, though. We've got 2 players coming in, Snaky and Septic. If they need to do it, nope, they're not going to, unfortunately. Time will run down. Pulse will take game number 3. Keep the dream alive. 2 flags to 1.
Yeah, it was fantastic play out of Pulse at the end of that game. We saw SLG, who actually got 23 kills in the game. He actually pulled off a very, very big double. It was with 20 seconds left. It was pretty much the last Vibe assault on the Pulse base. SLG picked off a double, and it was pretty much curtains from there. On the other side, top killer in the game, top slayer, Vibe Septic, 27 for him, but unfortunately they lose the game 2-1.
Give me the fantasy points. That's all I'm saying.
It's on my team as well, I think.
Is he on your team, Dan?
Septic?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, damn. I'm really hoping he wasn't.
Damn,
Shame.
Daniel.
Oh, well, we've all got Septic in there, so well done, Robbie. You're racking us up the points. But a fantastic game again. Still neck and neck. These teams are pretty even.
Yeah, just some of those pulls didn't go Vibe's way. They did the right things, but SLG was just in a position to kind of counter cap and just get that flag out of the base. And then in those standoffs, it just seemed like Pulse were pushing better and they were winning the 1v1s, which I wouldn't really expect from the first 2 games and how well some of these Vibe players were shooting.
What's very interesting, the first half of that game we saw a lot of sniper action, whereas in the second half we really didn't see much at all. I mean, we saw Septic here. This was what kickstarted Fragger's little mini spree. He got another kill right here, and then I'm pretty sure SLG picked up this very same snipe later on in the game and then got a few kills. I think Fragger actually goes down here. Nope, that's him actually taking Lunny's face off. I completely misremembered that one. This is SLG. Yeah, this is SLG. Pretty sure the same sniper right here, getting 2 kills. It was a great job out of SLG. I'm pretty sure this pretty much kick-started. It springboarded the second flag cap and eventually the winning flag cap here for Pulse.
Fantastic stuff from there, and time again we see the French just going. In fact, we kind of see French and German players. We've seen it before in the past with Speed, just picking up sniper rifles and pulling off shots that you just wouldn't have thought was possible. But you know what, guys? What a time to be alive. We're moving into a game number 4. This is kind of what we expected. These teams have been neck and neck. Finally, Pulse answer back.
Just quickly, speaking of Speed though, did you see the ESL tweet where it's like advertising the finals?
Yes.
And it's just Speed's face. He's just like, ah! It's just the German, like, almost Viking-esque, obviously.
This is kind of
Germans
what...
can't be Vikings, but, you know.
His teammate, though, Kimbo, who at the time, who was going to be here, I expect him to be the exact same boat, because I remember him, he was just shouting and screaming and various other stuff, but... If you want more information on what we're actually talking about, here's the perfect time to find out. ProLeague.com/Halo. All the information for the Pro League. The finals are on there. The open circuit finals. We're going to have the relegation dates. Anything that you guys want to find out about Pro League, it's all on that website. VODs, teams, photos, matches, schedule. You name it, you've got it. And, as I actually just mentioned, the VODs, they are there on our youtube.com/ESL Halo. It's all there. Everything you guys want. It's a good little website. It's a really, really nice. I mean, we do some of us do spend a little bit of time on it, don't we, Dan?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I have to give this man a pat on the back because he does everything on it.
He's not bad at his job.
I didn't like design it. Like if the guys.
Oh, I didn't design it. All right.
Like,
Did you get that as well?
They were great, but yeah, I just updated.
I haven't forgiven you for calling me Wonderbolt in the last game. Like right in the middle of the commentary, man. Like, what's that about?
If you're going to call out Septic for not having much hair, then I'm going to throw you under the bus as well, my friend.
Listen, me and Septic are boys, okay?
I still want to know where this voice has come from out of Daniel Gasking. Pulse Gaming will take the 3rd game. We are going into a game 4, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all talk like Dan for the rest of this.
You sound so much better like that.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, do I, darling? Thank you. What have you just like come into this new? I like this.
I've been going to posh school.
I'm surprised if you just went to school. Anyway, Strongholds, guys, is game number 4. Tweet the stream, use the hashtag HCS. Could we potentially see a game 5? And maybe, just maybe, even a reverse sweep from Pulse Gaming. They are on the line to do so. They are playing absolutely out of their minds as they grasp it. Keep the dream alive in game number 3. Dan, any predictions for this match? I know you've been doing vetoes and things like that and watching these players.
Pulse have vetoed this 56% of the time, so they're clearly a bit uneasy about this map, so I'd be kind of heading towards Vibe, but I said that about the last game, so going into this one, Vibe, maybe they're on the back foot here. Maybe they're going to be scared of that reverse sweep that we've seen so often, and we've seen so many comebacks from Pulse.
And we will see the first kill coming out of SLG, the second one as well. He knows where the triple is. It's down there, just tags him up on the floor. Doesn't quite land it off. Yes, he does. Don't get a triple, but he still gets a headshot medal for the base. Anyway, my word indeed. You actually took my word out of my mouth there. SLG on fire here, completely locking down Whitehall with the railgun. Finally, he misses his second one. Then 2 players say, you know what, your time's up, Sunshine. We're taking you down.
Important that they took him down in Whitehall. We say it time and time again, Whitehall is the most important place on this map because you can see every single stronghold if you are in that Whitehall corner. Fantastic use of the railgun there from SLG. He'll be looking at picking that up again when it does come up on the respawn.
And we will see Fragger running in with a double kill as well. A couple of grenades coming thick and fast as he cleans up 2. Looking for that triple. He tags him up. Doesn't get the triple medal again. I've got to say it. Slaying 100% in the hands of Pulse right now.
Yeah, but it's very interesting that that play out of Fragger basically stopped the nest going in favor of Vibe, and that's a very crucial point in the map. Yes, Pulse do not have control at the moment, but they still have that vital nest area, so they can either rotate to the BR base or they can rotate to the basement like they are at the moment with Cali. But Lunny right here, he knows nest is absolutely vital on this map, and that's why he's straight lining it.
And this could be the advancement because 3 players of Pulse just went down. They're now going to rush in off of the spawn. They're going to be spawning in bunker, making their way towards the Whitehall. Snaky's going to be putting in shots. He does have support, and there's the triple cap. You called it perfectly, Harry. They set it up, they aligned it, and how many times, how many broadcasts, how many people do you hear saying it? Nest, if you want to win this match, you have to control the nest. And here comes once again the rebound and the rubber bound from Pulse Gaming. 2 members go down. SLG decides to step up to the plate, but he needs to be careful. He's going to challenge Septic. So you don't want to be challenging Robbie when he's got that BR in his hand.
I mean, Vibe put a lot of effort into getting that nest, and it nearly went against them because all of them died. Pulse got nest back, and they were so close to getting basement, but on the respawn, Vibe just piled towards basement, reset it, made sure Pulse didn't get any points on the board. We do see the railgun in the hands of Riots now. We saw SLG doing some absolute damage with it earlier. Basement is taken, and Riots will actually pick out Kali, and he'll try and get a camo as a reward, but someone shoots the floor from underneath his feet.
I actually think that with one of the Pulse Gaming members, they actually just spawned in the back bunker, came forward, and no, well, I don't think it was Septic who shot it down, but Septic will at least clear it up. Storm rifle in hand. He's going to get clipped up because he is flashing as his shields will not return. He will get finished off. Callie's up on the Batman nest, waiting for one person to come around the corner. That one person will be Snaky, but Snaky's going to challenge it. Finally, he jumps back. He gets the call out. Septic comes in for support. Down goes Callie.
It was a shame that Septic got caught out with that camo as well. He wasted a good 5 seconds kind of hiding, and then he has to wait the respawn time as well.
I actually really like the play out of Callie there, though. His 2 teammates were in the nest. He said, hey, you know what? There's no point us 3 jumping in it. It's pretty much halfway gone already. Let me just challenge the Whitehall and prevent those players from getting shots on the players taking the nest. He did fantastically there. Yes, Callie went down without a kill, but he's pretty much stopped the Vibe pressure there on the Pulse players trying to get the nest.
Oh, Lunny with a perfect gun. I was about to call Lunny out for the play that he made before that. He doesn't get the triple, but that is 3 down. He's looking for 4 down at this moment in time as one person's coming out of the Whitehall in the back corner. He will get shut down as we see. I believe that's going to be Punisher throwing grenades in. But Lunny defended his teammate. I don't know if he caught for it on the camera at the end of the Whitehall for just a second ago. His teammate had no shields. He runs straight in front of him. You're looking at the kill feed. Vibe. 3 members of Pulse Gaming down. They take full advantage and they lock down the 3 cap.
And the survivability from Lunny as well is just fantastic. I mean, clearly there weren't many grenades in the hands of Pulse. You want to save your grenades to be throwing in that nest when someone is taking nest, but you're not just going to leave them and not use them for that purpose. So I can understand why they weren't there, but still total control for Vibe here. Septic is taken down, and we'll see if Riots can kind of pick up any kills in this Whitehall, a very important area of the map as we spoke about earlier.
Tower 2 is going to be quite crucial though, and Lunny's going to be the man who answers to the call. You've got the railgun in here. Not only can he get the railgun, he's going to be able to get the... Oh, he doesn't. I thought we were going to be able to get the stop on Nest by shooting across. 2 players will jump down though. But the one thing he did, he managed to hand off to his teammate by collecting Tower 2. The scatter shot as well. So the power weapons are definitely in the hands of Vibe right now. However, unfortunately, the Nest is not.
Yeah, despite having the power weapons, they're still the wrong side of the map right now, but Lunny was waiting. He knew camo was coming up, and now with camo and railgun, he could really do some damage. Just needs to flank around, pick up that first kill before kind of pushing in and going and letting the other team know where he is, because he doesn't want to get caught out. He doesn't want to lose these weapons.
One thing I'm really impressed with, though, is from Pulse, how good they are at really just getting that nest. It seems like, yes, it's total control for Vibe, but somehow Pulse just steam into the nest and managed to take it off of Vibe. Lunny here with just some great railgun shots. He's got that camouflage as well. Not sure if he knows to reload his pistol yet, though. Only 4 shots, and there we go. He's actually reloaded it. My OCD was absolutely triggering me right there.
I absolutely love, though, the position that he put himself in. You can jump onto that ledge. I mean, don't get... Oh, killing Frenzy as well. Lunny going off on the main stage here. Still got the camo in hand. Oh dear, no, he hasn't seen that one. Fair enough. That we kind of put him on the point there, and he failed massively. But moving on from that one, I just want to kind of go back to that ledge that he hung on when he was actually moving in the nest. It's great if you've got camo. If you're up there normally and jumping around, you're an open target and in the air. You've got no cover whatsoever. But he knew he had camo, used it to his full advantage, jumped on the ledge. You're just going to avoid every single grenade that comes flying from each and everywhere.
Yeah, using the tools that you've got is always perfect. As Septic gets a kill with a scout shot. He is going to push into this BR base. Does get the double as well. Will look for the triple. He does actually pick up the triple, but Punisher will get the trade. But the important thing, he just killed a lot of those Pulse players in that BR base, which will allow Snaky to pick this up, get the triple cap. Oh!
What? Where did he come from?
SMG, please.
You what, mate? He absolutely came out of nowhere, takes him down, and that's very important because they've kept them back in the bunker area. Now, if they'd have got away with that, and if he wouldn't advance so far and push them back, they would have been able to spread across that map, definitely spread themselves thinly, get them probably even the triple cap, because you said it perfectly. The 3 people were down at that moment in time. They could have just really took advantage, but SLG has has kind of forced them back into a corner.
But once again, they were down, before they took control by around 30 points. I'm not sure if this is enough for a Pulse to come back in this game, as we see Septic once again trying to take that nest, that most crucial point on the map. And once again, Vibe have control. So you got to ask yourselves, is Pulse good enough to come back from this 30-point deficit?
Yeah, that nest pickup is absolutely huge, but we've seen a lot of Pulse comebacks. I'm not sure whether they've got it in them to do it now, as we will see Basement also being taken as well. Very important if SLG can pick up this nest take. He will survive. Great survivability there from him.
What? How? Two players couldn't take him down. They let him get away with murder there, just thrusting left and right. Yeah, he did. What a fantastic play from them. Still two in the bag. 65-88 will be the score. This is going to be important now for them, because if Vibe can take this and then advance onto the BR base and keep them back in that bunker, then they can win this. They only need 10 more points. There's 3 players down there. They really need to get a hold of it quickly. They do not. Now, we see the nest will be in the hands of Pulse Gaming. Important kills, trade for trade. Massive for Riots, absolutely massive, because now he can be a nuisance and just lock them back again, go after the BR base. They'll see it ticking around, and more than anything, he'll just be this distraction. Yeah,
and Pulse are still in this, actually. Vibe are getting a little bit desperate for their pushes. They were so close to taking Nest, and then Pulse have just done fantastically all game at just getting to that nest just at the right time and resetting it, as we now see total control coming out from Pulse. And actually, this is looking like it's in their favor right now.
All right, Dan, let's quickly talk about this. So BR base still hasn't been capped. It's taking a lot of time. They're getting a lot of points. What do Pulse need to do right now? Well, apart from not jumping off the map.
That's huge. I actually love that play out of SLG. He said, you know what? Lunny's one of the best railgun players in the game. Let's throw it off the map. Let's take it out of the equation. I'm probably going to die anyway. We've already got a railgun in the hands of Cali. Let's just get this thing out of play. We know we can win with brute force without the railgun.
I mean, the important thing was just pushing them back and keeping them in BR base for so long, just bleeding these strongholds like we've always said. Will they be able to reset this basement? No, it looks like Vibe will pick up basement. They will take down 3 members of Pulse. Now they're pushed towards that nest, and Fragger is the last line of defense for Pulse.
Oh god, if they take this to game 5, I don't know what I'm going to do. Basement's about to get taken back. There's 2 of them in there. Riots is going to run in. He's got the scatter shot. Down goes one. He misses his first one. He does manage to get that reset, though. We're going to see another player, but they've got the carbine spawn, so coming off the carbine, they can turn this one round. However, Lunny's over in the nest. That's exactly where you want it to be. 3 players are locked down in the bottom. This is going to be all on Lunny. If he can turn this one round, that's going to be game, set, and match, as we see Vibe take game number 4. Unfortunately, Pulse Gaming down in that relegation zone.
There is still hope for them yet, but if Dinosaurs win, or if they lose to U4X tomorrow, then they will be confirmed out. So
give me those fantasy points, boys. Most captures, most kills from Septic. What a game out of him. We switched to his point of view a whole load in that game, and it was really, really just fantastic to watch him play. But again, Pulse, 100-95. It's close, but you've got to look back. Halfway through that game, they were down by around 30 points. If they could keep it neck and neck and then do that resurgence at the end of the game, then maybe they could have a chance in winning these games. Riots with 5 secures. Most kills on the Pulse side was Fragger, but again, you've got to ask yourselves, Pulse, how do you let yourselves go so far down midway through the game and then lose so closely?
I have to give credit where credit's due right now. You know, you look at Pulse, and we mentioned how just not been able to see it through at the end. Septic, kind of, in that respect, is saving Vibe, because the numbers and the stats and the things, the slaying, the captures, the objective, it's all there.
Yeah.
Septic right now is the man of the match, completely. Absolutely dominant performance.
Well, I'd say he's probably in my top 5 players in Europe at the moment, and it was actually Pulse, who got the early railgun, and I actually really liked the play out of SLG at the end. He said, you know what, Lunny's pretty darn good with that railgun, so if I'm going to die, I may as well throw the thing off the map. That was late in the game. This was earlier on with Lunny. He almost bagged himself a triple right here. That perfect kill was absolutely just fantastic shots out of him. He will take down Cali, but it's too late. Again, Vibe with camouflage control. Lunny was still alive from that perfect kill, and he got that killing frenzy as well. And then this scatter shot play out of Septic here, really, really aggressive, pushing them back from the tower to the BR base, and he actually got all 3 before going down as well. So very strong individual plays out of both sides in that game, but it was Vibe who came out on top. And you just got to ask yourselves again, how does Pulse go so far down in the game? Sometimes they come back, and when they do, it's absolutely fantastic. We saw, what was it, against both the Dinosaurs and Infused. I'm pretty sure definitely the Infused, the Plaza Strongholds game.
Was it 99, I think it was?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was in the 90s, and they managed to come back, but Vibe clearly savvy that Pulse are the comeback kings, and they said, you know what, let's just remain composed in the final third of the game and take home the W, and that's what they did.
So as you can see there, guys, 3-1 was the final score for those who are just joining us. Welcome along. This is the European HCS Pro League, week number 5, day number 1. This is the road to finals. Everything from here builds up and moves forward. Anything can happen. We're looking at that relegation red zone. We want to see which 2 teams will be facing off against the open circuit teams. And of course, even if you are there, still it is so crucial, because if you, and we kind of touched on this earlier, Harry, just for a second, obviously if you're 5th place going into that double elimination bracket, you get to pick who you play first.
Yeah, you do, which is huge, because you get to scout out the opposition. You get to say, hey, which team are we most comfortable in terms of playing first, so we can get to that winners bracket final, which basically means we're only 1 win away from getting back in, or potentially, getting back into the Pro League, it would be. So yeah, it's absolutely massive and imperative for both of these teams that they finish at least 5th. Obviously, they want to be at finals. They don't want to be in that relegation zone, but 5th place is pretty much the lesser of 2 evils.
Well, I mean, Pulse... Vibe have still got a chance at reaching these finals. They'll be hoping that X-Men win and Dinosaurs lose, and then they are level with the Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs would have been unhappy with that result. Dinosaurs definitely would have wanted Pulse to win, because they would have just felt a little bit secure going into their game against the X-Men. But yeah,
it is pretty...
It's very tight.
Everything to play for, isn't there?
It's just Pulse now are pretty done, especially going into tomorrow playing against U4X.
Yeah.
They are pretty done.
That's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
No.
So we are trying to get Lunny on Skype for a quick interview, so we're just going to talk about moving forward and what we look forward to then. Obviously, I mean, finals, guys. I can't say how, out of all these 4 teams, that are going to be here, no matter what the talent through the Pro League so far has just got better and better and better. And the one thing, and I'll look to you both there, and we'll put this under the bus. We'll just kind of throw this out there. Can Brandon and Mose win their first event?
I mean, I've beaten
like
Brandon
how Harry's
and
just
Mose
smirking.
on LAN. So if I can beat them on LAN, anyone can beat them on LAN. That's a true story. But no, these guys, they learnt a lot at EMEAs, and they have grown up, not only in their age, but in their playstyles as well. And I really think this is the Brandon and Mose era.
It puts me in a really, really tough spot, because pre-team change, I would have said yes, they probably would have won, but now I just don't know. I'm going to wait until they play Infuse later, because I think Infuse are a really tough test. If they absolutely demolish Infuse, then yes, I'm definitely on the U4X train, but right now, they look a little bit shaky. They were, even dropping games to X-Men in scrims yesterday, so definitely not convinced by U4X at the moment.
I think losing Lunny, I mean, I know they brought in 2 Foxy for that consistency on LAN, you would have thought, and that leadership, but Lunny brings... Snakey. I mean, they were in the same...
That's because he's in our ears now.
Snakey just would have brought that hype. He's that kind of player.
Okay then, guys, I do believe we have Lunny on the line. Lunny, can you hear us?
Yo, yeah.
Are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
So coming off of a win then, that kind of puts you a little bit more in the driving seat as we look forward to, or not even necessarily look forward to relegation, but you're getting there, you're getting better and better. Obviously, you've been on the whirlwind of a few team changes yourself and as the team as Vibe. How generally is the feel within the team? Are you pretty confident that you're going to be in 4th season?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All we got to do is win our games, and Dino will probably lose theirs, so we'll get finals.
It's a fairly confident statement. So obviously tomorrow you'll be playing X-Men for your chance potentially to stay in Pro League. Is there a team you would rather be playing, or do you think you could beat X-Men as well?
Nah, we can beat X-Men. Yeah.
I love it how just straight to the point you are.
I absolutely love the confidence. I've got to ask though, how important is it that you have Riots and Snakey, who were alongside you on XL at Halo WC, on this current Vibe roster?
Not that important, but I guess it does add to the chemistry a bit, which is good. We all know how to talk to each other, so yeah, I guess that helps a lot.
Well, so far it's been quite short and sweet, Lonnie. I won't lie to you, but kind of looking down towards that bottom end then, is there any, when you look towards open circuit, fair enough, you're not definitely going to be in that relegation yet. You expect to be here playing at the grand finals. If you were down there, are there any particular teams who you think are going to cause... Do you think what I'm trying to say is, do you think we'll see the same teams in fall season, or are there a couple of open circuit teams that could cause some problems?
Yeah, I think, I don't know what the team is, but it's like Anima's team. I think they could probably beat False.
We know the secret.
We know the secret. But didn't they recently lose
So they
Havoc?
Yeah, they made a change and lost Havoc, and you've also got the meme team there as well. So there
Yeah.
are some teams that can cause a little bit of an upset. But
It's just
so
on the
London,
day,
do you
innit?
think you're going to be here? Basically, that's all we're saying. Are you going to be here at finals, or are you going to fall into that relegation zone?
We're at finals,
Yes,
definitely.
that's what I wanted to
Absolutely.
hear.
Bang on. Right then, Lunny, we're going to let you get off for now. I want to say thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, best of luck. I'm sure you'll be watching the rest of the matches just to kind of see how this one plays out. But thank you very much for joining us, and best of luck.
Thanks for having me.
See you later. Right then, short and sweet. It was confident, wasn't it? Yeah, we're going to be there.
What a
Definitely.
lovely boy. He's a
He's
lovely
nice
lad.
in here.
Yeah.
He's a nice lad.
You got to remember that he's relatively new to the top level as well. I mean, he came out of almost nowhere as like this matchmaking kid, and then he was going to Worlds. Like, he has just evolved into this fantastic player.
So it will have been. Am I right in saying that was the UK live event for Halo WC? Was that his first live event then? No.
He competed in Halo 2 Anniversary at an open event in the UK before. So he's been through the wars. He's been to open events in the past. So he's been online. He knows what the feel is. So yeah, he's been around since Halo 2 Anniversary. But relatively speaking, in terms of the players in the Pro League at the moment that have been playing since like Halo 2, Halo 3, those kind of days, he is relatively new.
So we're just waiting for a second. I'm going to kind of pitch this question to you then, kind of backing off what Casey said, Lunny said. We know the secret. Is that kind of looking at that roster? Is that kind of the team that you think could potentially be in fall season?
Again, I haven't seen enough out of them. I think it would be unfair for me to judge. I know I definitely watched a lot of them when they had Havoc.
Yes.
I'm not sure who they've switched him out for. I know Havoc stepped back, and I'm pretty sure he's coaching U4X now.
U4X.
So I don't know who they've got in place of Havoc. If I knew that, then on paper I could maybe make a judgment. But they looked really, really solid. They looked very aggressive. I know certainly Vexus on that squad. I've seen. I've actually had the pleasure of commentating his first event at another UK Open event, and he was very, very solid. He actually teamed with Flames and Warlord, who are both in the Pro League at the moment, and Cristola, who's also in the Pro League as well. So he's teamed with Pro League caliber players in the past, and he obviously knows this squad is capable of getting into the Pro League. So I have faith in We Know the Secret to at least put up a fight.
The other team, obviously there's the meme team, which is Sneaky Walrus's team. They've been performing really well, but there is a French kind of god squad that's forming.
Yes, is it Talik's roster?
Talik's kind of there was two French teams kind of like not doing that great.
Yep.
And then they just formed to make the
One
new
super
French
team.
Well, it's kind of like the second god squad because Pulse are the French god squad. Sorry, Talik.
But we do know that the French have always said this. You've got to be careful of them because there's some really, really strong talent. We are just going to bring up now we're doing the giveaway for the HCS. We're doing these each and every single week. Remember, visit esl.gg/HCS EU5 for a chance to get geared up for the HCS Pro League, courtesy of Jinx. We got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got keychains, all sorts of fantastic prizes. I said before, I've got myself one of those hoodies, but unfortunately, it does no longer fit me. But
one thing I will say, though, is I've actually entered every single way possible. So there's no point you guys even trying to enter this because I already won it pretty much. I've got all the entries possible.
Well, when I draw your name out, I will be removing every single one. Now
Rigged,
we're going to go
rigged.
to a very, very short break, gentlemen. Please do not go anywhere. We'll see you in 5.